You turn on the news, and it's another war. Cities are burning. You scroll the feed and see disease, famine, earthquakes. Everything feels like it's collapsing. But at that same moment, somewhere else in the world, people are celebrating and dancing while others starve. All of this happening at the exact same time, on the same planet. You feel it, don't you? Something has broken. Not in some distant prophecy land, but right where you live. Right now, on your phone, in your city, in your home. Your friends sense it. Your family senses it. Even your neighbors sense it. Even unbelievers admit that something fundamental has shifted. The ground beneath civilization doesn't feel stable anymore. Most people feel this instability, but they can't name it. They can't connect what they're experiencing to anything real, so they carry the weight alone, scrolling, worrying, going to bed uneasy. They wake up to another crisis. But Jesus named this moment 2,000 years ago. He didn't speak in riddles. He gave 7 specific warnings, 7 signs that would mark the era before his return, and he described them so clearly that you can identify each one happening right now. This isn't future prophecy. This is your present reality. And understanding these 7 warnings changes everything about how you see what's happening around you. In Matthew 24, Jesus' disciples asked him directly, "What will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age?" Jesus didn't hide from the question. He gave them 7 warnings, 7 markers that would shake the earth before his return. Warning number 1, false messiahs and false prophets. Jesus was explicit. "Many will come in my name, saying I am the Christ, and will mislead many." False prophets have risen inside the church. They make predictions about the end of the world that never come to pass, again and again. But beyond the false predictions, they redefine morality itself. They enter churches and teach. Sin is a choice. Greed is ambition. Lust is love. Cruelty is honesty. Biblical boundaries about what's holy and what's unholy are relics of the past. They repackage worldly values in Christian language. But Jude 1:7 is clear about what happens when a society forgets holiness. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah gave themselves over to sexual immorality and went after strange flesh, they are set forth as an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. When the church loses the ability to distinguish between holy and unholy, it becomes salt that has lost its flavor. It can't preserve truth anymore. It can't save anything. This is the deception. False prophets softening the language, compassion without truth, inclusion without holiness, a complete rewriting of what sin is. Warning number 2, wars and rumors of wars. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. Ukraine burns. The Middle East erupts in conflict. Taiwan becomes a flashpoint. Nations rising against nations across every continent. 56 active conflicts worldwide right now. More than any point since World War II. But beyond the wars themselves, there's something else happening. Rumors spread faster than truth. Threats go viral before they happen. The news cycle broadcasts constant crisis. Your nervous system wasn't designed for perpetual emergency. It was designed for occasional survival moments. Now humans live in information overload about violence. Every scroll brings a new threat. Every notification brings conflict into the body. Jesus didn't tell us to panic at this. He said, pay attention. Something is happening. Watch it. Understand the times. Warning number 3, famines, pestilences, and earthquakes. Nations face food shortages right now. Supply chains collapse. Diseases emerge that modern medicine struggles to contain. Pandemics resurface. Earthquakes strike regions that never expected them. Jesus called these the beginning of birth pains. Like labor intensifying before birth, the contractions increase. These aren't isolated incidents in disconnected countries. They're a pattern, a synchronized pattern. The very pattern Jesus named 2,000 years ago. He described it exactly. Warning number 4, persecution of believers intensifies. They will deliver you up to tribulation and will kill you. In many parts of the world, Christians face arrest, torture, execution, simply for owning a Bible. Simply for praying. In Western nations, persecution takes different forms. Social exclusion, job loss, being erased from platforms, public mockery and humiliation, pressure to deny faith publicly or keep it locked away privately, businesses fined for Christian conviction, families divided over belief in Jesus. This warning isn't comfortable to discuss, but Jesus was brutally honest about it. Following him comes with a real cost, not theoretical, not somewhere distant, for many Christians in many places, right now, in practice. Warning number 5. Betrayal among believers and love growing cold. Matthew 24:12. The love of most will grow cold. Not betrayal from the world, betrayal from inside the church itself. Christians turning against Christians to save themselves. Believers abandoning faith during persecution to maintain comfort. Congregations splitting over doctrinal compromise. What should be family becomes suspicious. What should be a refuge becomes a battlefield. Trust erodes. Coldness replaces community. Jesus didn't ask if this would happen. He asked, will your love stay warm when everyone else's grows cold? If you're watching and you belong to Jesus, pause. Consider this carefully. These warnings aren't a reason to despair. They're a reason to lift your head. Jesus said in Luke 21, now when these things begin to take place, straighten up and raise your heads, because your redemption is drawing near. This isn't your world's final chapter. This is the world's final chapter. For you, it's the beginning. You're not watching the end of history. You're watching the countdown to your rescue. You're not sinking in a collapsing system. You already live in the kingdom of God. The kingdom is in you. That's not metaphor. That's spiritual reality. You sit in heavenly places right now. You're in an unsinkable ark. And unlike the first ark that carried only the saved, this ark reaches back. You can help others enter while there's still time. Warning number 6. The gospel will be proclaimed to all nations, despite all the chaos, despite the persecution, despite betrayal within the church. The gospel of the kingdom will be proclaimed throughout the whole world as a testimony to all nations. Even in darkness, light spreads. Even under pressure, believers testify. Even when the culture opposes the message, the gospel advances. Technology enables this. Social media, streaming platforms, the internet itself. The gospel reaches places physical missionaries could never penetrate. Underground churches broadcast truth. Believers in persecuted nations share faith across borders. The message spreads unstoppably. This sign isn't about loss, it's about momentum. Warning number 7. The sign of the Son of Man appears in heaven. When all these things come to pass, the Son of Man appears in the clouds with power and great glory. This is the finale, not judgment, return, not ending, beginning. Jesus comes for his church. He gathers his people. He takes them to himself. This is the promise wrapped inside every warning. Think about this carefully. Persecution rises, but resurrection waits. Betrayal strikes, but belonging is guaranteed. Wars escalate, but peace is coming. The gospel spreads despite opposition. And for everyone with their name written in the Lamb's Book of Life, every warning is a milestone on the way home. Yes, these warnings matter. Yes, the signs are real. Yes, the world faces genuine darkness. But the church has forgotten something critical. For believers, none of these warnings end in loss. They all end in Jesus. They all point to his return. They're not scary prophecies. They're coordinates, navigation markers toward transformation. Proof his word stands. Confirmation redemption is near. For the unbelieving world, these signs create fear, rightfully so. The future holds consequence without Jesus. But for believers, these same signs create joy. Not denial of suffering, not pretending pain doesn't hurt. Real, grounded joy. The joy of knowing every sign brings his return closer. Every persecution reinforces your foundation. Every betrayal teaches true loyalty is found only in him. Every war proves Jesus right about this age. Every promise he made is being fulfilled exactly as he said. So what do? You lift your head. You don't panic or hide. You speak your faith. You pray for those who don't know him. You share what you know. You help others understand there's an ark, there's a kingdom, there's a way in. If you're watching and you recognize these signs, already know something's wrong. But you might not know the solution is already here. His name is Jesus Christ. He didn't just predict the end times. He promised a way through them, a way up and out for those who follow him. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Like it. Comment below what sign speaks to your heart most. Subscribe to help others see the truth before time runs out. The world needs to know There's an ark. There's a kingdom of God. There's a way in.